Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So I have been talking about Telcoin for a bit of time now, and I feel as if this project just gets stronger every single day. When we think about alt season, right, it kind of feels like that thing that's just never going to happen. It almost feels like that promise made by an ex-girlfriend. You're still waiting for it to come around, but we all know it's not going to happen. When we really think about what's going on here, okay, we are at the beginning stages of alt season, in my opinion, which means we have a little bit, to go. And that last bit of the phase, right, in terms of alt season, the entire cycle phase, altcoins go absolutely parabolic. Telcoin is not shy to this. Guys, we know that Telcoin back in 2020 to 2021 went absolutely parabolic. I mean, we're talking over, a 10x off of just the midline lows. The total gain on Telcoin was over a 100x. Think about how wild that is. Telcoin is an absolute monster. It was in the past, and even today, it's even much bigger, which also means that it's much more bullish. Now, we have a lot to talk about with Telcoin, so let's actually dive on into the price chart real quick and get that out of the way. I didn't want to add anything onto the chart because I want to actually have you guys tell me in the comments what you see here when you look at the price chart of Telcoin. I'll give you guys about 5 seconds to comment down below. All right, what are we looking at here with Telcoin? Number one, we go all the way back to the end of December. So when we are looking at this on the daily, we have some nice strong daily candle closes down here, some nice strong daily candle closes down here. Now we have some significant liquidity wicks, but look at the daily candle closes. And even more recently, with all of the bearish news in the market and everything selling off, look at the daily candle closes. What we are witnessing here is higher lows since going all the way back to December 30th. And during this time, okay, and we're going to go off of the highs back here. During this time, we were just kind of chopping, right? We're just kind of chopping here against resistance, waiting for something to happen. We squeezed. In fact, if we actually look at this thing, okay, we can kind of go off of the daily candle closes here. We squeezed in between here for quite some time until we actually broke out. When we finally broke out, we went pretty parabolic. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy like alt season, but again, we did an 80% move over the course of 3 days. Now that's pretty good. But again, it's not really alt season good because again, in alt season, we know what happens. But so far, Telcoin has been doing a very good run. I mean, if we're going off of the lows back in like September, I mean, Telcoin is still up significantly off of those lows, over 717%. But again, it's not the same as alt season where we're hitting, 10x plus moves or, even 100x plus moves. Now, do I think that Telcoin can 100x from here? I mean, listen, do I think that it's possible? Yeah. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't believe so, but I wouldn't be, shocked if it did happen because I have seen crazier things happen. But right now, what I really am looking forward to seeing here on Telcoin, now that we do have these nice lows here, again, we have multiple daily candle closes. It looks like that was the bottom for Telcoin. We'll have to watch, wait, and see what happens next. But overall, I'm watching to see if we do break out of this downtrend because again, right now things look pretty good going off of these previous lows back here and the previous highs. But now we have a little bit of a different structure here. And it's more, visible on the 12-hour if we go to the 12-hour for an example. So again, we can see that downtrend that we have to break out of. We can kind of draw this a little bit differently. We can kind of draw it like this. That way we have multiple touches here. So we want to break out of this. So far, the upward, path here has been pretty good. Nothing too crazy in terms of like an uptrend, but it's still something to go off of. The thing that I'm really kind of looking at on the lower time frames, like the 12-hour, the 4-hour, etc., is the same structure path that we were looking at back in December, during this entire phase here, which is what we want to see is higher lows, but also higher highs. which means our goal here is to actually get a move over this like 1 cent level, right? Going all the way back to like the 22nd. But if we go back to the higher time frame, like the daily, okay? So on the daily, what we want to see is a strong candle close here. And ultimately, I'm not really looking at these other, candle closes in here, like, around this area. No, I'm actually looking at the one that matters, which is the top one. Okay. This is around roughly like 1.25 cents. This is what I'm really kind of looking at here. I want to see us break and close over this. That way we can finally move up. And let's go to the 3-day just to kind of show you guys this real quick. That way we could actually move up from here to target some of the additional highs back here. Ultimately, we want to get to the point where we retest the all-time high. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time, obviously. It's not going to happen overnight, but I do believe that alt season will be the time where we finally see Telcoin actually retesting those highs and ultimately going into price discovery. Now, again, overall structure here looks very good. In fact, I think that Telcoin is probably one of the most bullish looking charts in this space. Even if you look back on the 1 week, the 1 week still looks red, obviously going off of the previous, candle closes. But the 1 week looks very, very good here. It looks very solid. We could obviously see that, we're still trailing around support going all the way back to like 2021. The resistance that we did hit was ultimately trying to flip weekly support going back to the summer of 2021. So we actually want to see a nice strong weekly close over this as well, to really kind of confirm, continuation. Ultimately, again, the focus here is breaking over these previous highs back here. That's the macro so far, right? That's what we have to go off of. But again, once we do clear that, we go into price discovery. Well, then, the ceiling, it's totally up to you guys to guess, because nobody will know for a certain, if Telcoin is going to hit, 10 cents, 20 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. We don't know how high it can go, but that's why we take profits along the way, up to that actual topping point. Because again, even back in 2020 into 2021, nobody knew that Telcoin was going to do this massive monstrous move. But we do know that at this point, there's a lot of bullish news behind Telcoin that can support a much larger move than that to, say for so, 20 cents or 30 cents, etc. Which again, I don't think is out of the picture right now, because when we look at Telcoin, the fully diluted value of it is almost $1 billion. I could see Telcoin sitting at 10, 20 plus $1 billion. Even right now, if we actually look at the list of cryptocurrencies and we go down like the top 30, just to break into the top 30, we're already at almost $4 billion. And that's at the lows right now. To get into like the top 20, you need almost $8 billion. And to get into the top 15, you're already at $10 plus billion. So when we really think about it, yeah, Telcoin could hit some very significant highs. Now let's actually talk a little bit more about why I think Telcoin is going to go on an absolute tear. Number one is the ecosystem growing. Every single, so often, like I want to say like every single week or so, we see Telcoin make a big move. Over the last couple weeks, we've seen Telcoin not only join up on Base, they got supported by Base, which is one of the biggest chains out there now with Coinbase. This is a big one. Now, they recently did run on Polygon as well in terms of Telcoin Wallets, but they did provide us with a contract address and everything like that. That way we're not confused, but this is definitely a big deal. Now, outside of that, we also know that Telcoin co-led a workshop with the National Bank of Rwanda and other African partners at the IFF 2025 about the advancement of next-gen cross-border payments through blockchain solutions such as digital cash. Now, this is something that's very interesting. For those that actually don't know, recently Telcoin launched a new website. This just got a big upgrade. They're building out the Internet of Money, as they call it. We're kind of used to it being the Internet of Value, but either way, it's the same exact thing. Here we have building the Internet of Money. Telcoin is revolutionizing global finance by uniting blockchain technology, digital banking, and telecommunications. Here we have the first thing that we scroll to is Telcoin Wallet. Now, this has remittances, digital cash, and digital assets. Now, digital cash is a new thing that they actually added to their website. And it's the same thing that they just recently marketed on their X account saying digital cash is here. Rolling out to limited markets today, Telcoin's multi-currency stablecoins will underpin the internet of money, on-chain remittances, direct merchant payments, blockchain banking, and more. And if we actually look into this, here we have digital cash, multi-currency stablecoins powering the internet of money and next-generation mobile financial services, now available in the Telcoin wallet. This is very significant. Why? Because we do know how big stablecoins are becoming. RLUSD, the Ripple stablecoin, we know that that was a big launch. But what we also heard from Ripple was that the race is on for stablecoins. Almost everyone is now launching a stablecoin. Big banks are launching stablecoins. PayPal launched a stablecoin. I mean, stablecoins are now the big talk. And it's because they're, not only transacting trillions of dollars every single year, but we now have them on center stage from the government side. Governments are now looking into regulating stablecoins to adopt them, accept them, and ultimately have them become a big player in the transition to a digital economy. Now, when we think about stablecoins, what exactly are they? They are the introduction of digital finance. They are basically digital fiat currency. That's basically what it is. It's tokenized fiat currency. So when we think about that, Telcoin is now supporting digital cash in a big way through their Telcoin wallet, which, guess what? Anyone with a mobile phone can get the Telcoin wallet. This is a huge gateway to mass adoption. And I've always said that with Telcoin, because when you have billions of mobile phone users, especially in areas around the world where sending and receiving money, those fees can add up quickly. And ultimately, those fees can last a while if you could actually utilize them. Because in those countries, again, like we're talking, if you're sending and receiving large amounts of money and the fee base is in the tens of dollars or even hundreds of dollars, guys, that amount of money in terms of fees goes a long way. So we need to actually achieve efficient cross-border payments. And the best way to do that is by utilizing stablecoins, digital assets. Telcoin Wallet is empowering any user that has a mobile phone to become their own bank. Send and receive money instantly almost, at a fraction of a cost. Now, when we think about this as well, we think about what's happening with these stablecoins, and we think about all of the stablecoins that are supported on, the Telcoin wallet. Number one, though, the big thing that I'm focused on here is we do have a massive offering of stablecoins, by the way. Love to see that. But what I'm also looking at is the Telcoin Bank, a digital asset bank. Telcoin Bank, a digital asset bank, aims to become the first real bridge between traditional finance and cryptocurrencies, with the first banking charter explicitly authorized to connect consumers and with decentralized finance. It is conditionally approved by the Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance and currently under establishment. Guys, this is huge. But also, do you see coming soon? Look at this. The world's first regulated bank-issued digital dollar, Telcoin EUSD, coming in 2025 and issued by Telcoin Bank, a digital asset bank, is the first US dollar stablecoin issued by a regulated bank connected to the backbone of traditional finance. Telcoin EUSD will seamlessly integrate with existing global banking and payment infrastructure. Guys, this is absolutely massive. This is something that we did not know about until now. And then also, we got EU/EAA digital cash. Telcoin is preparing to release e-euro and other digital cash stablecoins for the European Economic Area under an e-money institution in compliance with European Union MiCA regulations. Guys, Telcoin is becoming an absolute monster. I keep saying this. Telcoin is on a completely different level. They continue to upgrade. They continue to expand. So when we think about Telcoin right now being valued at sub $1 billion in market cap, I truly do believe that Telcoin will shock everyone, including myself, this alt season. When this thing finally breaks out, and I mean finally breaks out to target those previous highs, going all the way back to 2021, the real value of Telcoin will be realized in. And I'm gonna say it. I think it's gonna be well above 10 plus cents. I wouldn't be surprised if Telcoin did hit closer to like the 50-cent region. And that is a massive gain going off of the levels that we were buying at on this channel. just for reference, and I'm going to go off the midline to be very conservative because I do believe that I was buying around, some significant lows during that time as well. But I'm just going to go off the midline because that's where we had the most amount of time to accumulate. If we're talking about going to 50 cents off of those lows, guys, just look at that gain. Look at that gain, over a 300 plus X. This is why I always say focus on fundamentals, study these projects, understand the players behind these projects. Now, I get it. We're not at 50 cents right now. And yeah, we have to take profits along the way to those tops. But so far, even going off of those midline lows, we're still up about 566%. Our total gain so far this, bull run has been 793%. To get to those all-time highs, it would be a 4,300 plus % move. That is roughly a 43x. That is a very big move. One that I'm actually very excited about. And I do believe that we will target those all-time highs. And to 10 cents, I will be very happy with 10 cents. But I do think that Telcoin does run higher. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord on the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.